Hey y'all, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I just got back from my last appointment with my surgeon. He pretty much just went over again, asked me what surgery I wanted, which we already knew. He had already recommended the gastric bypass, and that's what I chose because of the acid reflux and stuff. But even with that, it's still your choice ultimately. And he went over, of course, the three ways that it can be done. The old-fashioned way, laparoscopically, or with the robot. And the day of my surgery, they actually have access to the robot all day, so they are going to do my surgery with the robot. Now, this worries me a little bit, only because, you have that stuff from the robot in there. What if the robot, decides to go crazy or something? I'm sure that's not going to happen, but in the back of my mind, I, think the worst possible situation. He went over the whole procedure, everything that could go wrong, from stuff that could go wrong during the procedure to being malnourished if you don't take your vitamins afterwards. He told me a story about, he said, do not start smoking again. He said, because they actually just had someone not too long ago who had quit smoking for a long time, before the surgery. Because, see, they won't even do the surgery if you're a smoker. And I don't know, your clinic could be different. I don't know. But mine, you have to quit smoking, if you're a smoker before they'll even do the procedure. Because it causes ulcers. And they said that if you start smoking afterwards, it will cause an ulcer. I guess there was someone just not long ago who started smoking after their surgery, started having trouble, ended up in ICU fighting for their life because an ulcer ate completely through their pouch. So, which I don't plan on ever starting to smoke anyway, and I don't even know where, because that was one of the things he was saying that would definitely happen if you started smoking again. But, he talked about where they connect the whatever to the bowel or whatever they connect, where it can, sometimes create, a bowel obstruction and may have to go back in there to fix that. And then he was talking about, I have a hard time understanding certain words that my surgeon says because of his accent, but I'm assuming it's where they attach whatever to the pouch, I think is what it was. It's supposed to be, the opening is supposed to be 2.4 centimeters or something like that. I'm not a doctor, but 2.4 something, I believe, is what he said. And they actually make it 3 that way because a lot of times it'll cause a stricture or whatever to where they'll have to go in and re-stretch that open, like if you start having trouble eating. So they make that opening an extra 0.6 centimeters or something. However, they make it 3 instead of the 2.4. That way it leaves room for, if scar tissue does build up, that it should still be where it needs to be, so it doesn't create that stricture or whatever to have to go back in and redo that. So, of course there's risk with any surgery. Like he said, we're taking a risk of, we're risking our lives every time we walk out the door and get in our car. This is my shake from lunch, but I ate first and then now I'm drinking my shake. But so anyways, what really worries me is the hiatal hernia and my esophagus repair. I don't know, all of you guys that I watch, that we talk and everything on here, I don't know if any of you guys have had that hiatal hernia and had it repaired at the same time. Of course, they repaired it at the same time, but I don't know if any of you guys have had it. But that's what really scares me, guys, because he said there is, and it's still a slight chance, but anything can happen. A chance of, like, your appendix, I don't know why I said appendix. A chance of your pancreas getting nicked or whatever, in which case they would have to remove the pancreas because, of course, you would bleed to death. So, there's a chance of that happening, he said. And then he also said something about, I want to say he called it the vagus nerve or something. There's two nerves, one that runs down behind and one that runs down in front or something. And he said generally they can see them very easily and stuff. They know that they're there, you know. But anything can happen once again. And, but what also really worries me, he said, is as they're repairing that hernia, they will actually, with like the robotic instruments or whatever, will have to like rest and set on my heart. That really, really scares me. It's like, God, what if it nicks my heart? You know? So, anyways, I mean, of course, I would never back out of getting the surgery or anything, but I'm pretty nervous, guys. I'm not really as nervous about the like I said, I'm not that nervous about the gastric bypass part of the surgery. It's that hernia repair after he told me that stuff. You know, God forbid anything happen, but, you know, it's life and we never know. Anything can happen. So, anyways, if you're new to my channel, don't let the stuff scare you, you know. But, anyways, I'm aggravated, y'all, because when I went to pre-op class day before yesterday, I weighed in at 311. When I got on the scale today, it was 313. I done gained 2 pounds from all that Subway and Funyuns and stuff I ate yesterday on my cheat day. Well, it wasn't a cheat day, it was just a food funeral day. But I gained 2 pounds. What the... Oh, well. Anyways, it'll be okay because they said I'll lose, of course, more on this liver shrink diet. I don't know, y'all, but this is the first time I've ever bought the, like, pre-mixed protein shakes. And this is peaches and cream. It is good. Also, I want to ask you guys, does anyone know if I dump this out into, like, a bowl and froze it some to eat it kind of like ice cream? I mean, obviously it's not going to be the same consistency as ice cream, but I'm wondering, does it just turn into a great big like ice cube, or does it freeze a little bit differently to be able to, you know, just eat it with a spoon? I'm curious. Anyways, that's really, really good. But I also asked them if it was okay to put the powdered coffee creamer in my decaffeinated coffee in the mornings, and she said that's fine with the diet. And she said I can even, like, if I'm having tuna or salmon or whatnot, she said I can actually even mix a little bit of mayonnaise in with that whenever I eat it. She said not a lot, but just a little bit. So, anyways, that's how the surgeon appointment went. I am completely done with everything. It's a waiting game from here until November the 5th, until surgery day. Of course, I go 1 week before surgery on the 29th to talk to the anesthesiologist and answer like all the pre-admission questions and all that stuff. and then to do that final last bit of blood work. So we're here, guys. I'm ready. I'm so ready to get this done and over with. So, you know, like I said, I am nervous, but I do trust my surgeon 100%. And I know anything can happen with any surgery or anything, but I do know my surgeon is good. I've actually worked with him, not like worked with him beside of him with surgery, but I used to work as a operating room assistant. So I've seen him, you know, many times. I know he's wonderful. So yeah, you know. But anyways, that's all I know for now. I will be updating soon, so watch for some updates. And it may just, it's probably between now and surgery, it's probably mainly going to be chit chat videos, but hey, that's alright with me. Anyways, y'all have a great day and great evening, and I'll talk to you next time.